Imagine you're walking to your classroom, and as you turn the corner, you hear gunshots. You drop all your stuff and run to the bathroom, hoping and praying the shooter didn't see you. Every year, a mass shooting occurs, and as they take countless lives, they also instill fear into the innocent people involved. Assault weapons need to be outlawed so one day our future can be protected. First, I will discuss the military traits assault weapons have. Second, I will talk about two kinds of assault weapons and their involvement in mass shootings. Lastly, I will discuss real testimonies of victims of assault weapons. Assault weapons have military-style features. The design is based on military weapons, and the civilized versions are known as semi-automatic weapons. The article Assault Weapons, What They Really Are and Understanding Efforts to Ban Them says semi-automatic means when the shooter pulls the trigger, one bullet is fired and a new bullet is automatically loaded. According to Giffords Law Center, assault weapons are typically a subset of semi-automatic firearms with features designed to enable shooters to repeatedly fire at large numbers of people quickly. They also have the same capability of a military weapon. They are versions of weapons that are used for lethal battlefield purposes. And according to Assault Weapons, What They Really Are and Understanding Efforts to Ban Them, when these weapons are used, an average of 2.3 times more people are killed and 22.7 times more people are wounded. Now that we have talked about similarities between military weapons and assault weapons, we will now discuss two main assault weapons and their involvement in mass shootings. Two major assault weapons, the AR-15 and MMP-15. The AR-15, based on research, the AR-15 is one of the most used assault weapons involved in mass shootings. On May 24th, 2022, police responded to a call about a shooter at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. When police arrived and they realized the shooter was carrying an AR-15 style rifle, they pulled back. Sergeant Donald Page said, "You knew that it was an AR. There was no way of going in. We had no choice but to wait and try to get something that had better coverage where we could actually stand up to him." Some people may argue the weight of the SWAT and police team caused more deaths than it should have been. However, it was still the military-style AR-15 that sent flying bullets into 19 children and 2 teachers that day. The MMP-15. The MMP-15 is one of the most popular assault rifles as it compares to the AR-15. On February 14, 2018, at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School, towards the end of the day, the fire alarm went off. Many students flooded out of their classroom because they thought it was just another fire drill. One had just taken place earlier that day. However, they started hearing shots. When police and SWAT arrived, they started clearing students and staff out of the building. The shooter concealed himself with the crowd and threw the MMP-15 assault rifle among other items he had in a bush nearby. He managed to get away, but later the items were retrieved and the shooter himself was put into custody. This tragedy left 17 students and teachers dead. Lastly, we will discuss real testimonies of victims and how these awful events has affected them to this day. Survivors, family, and friends involved in these tragic events speak out. Victims of Robb Elementary. Kimberly Rubio, the mother of 10-year-old Lexi Rubio that died in this shooting, says, "I left my daughter at that school, and that decision will haunt me for the rest of my life." Armufo Reyes, a teacher and only surviving victim of his classroom, says, "I try to keep myself busy with little projects, just trying to change my mindset to think about the happy times I had with them, how they acted, how they talked." Reyes said, "Sometimes it does beat me. I sob and try to let it out." Reyes now stays at home and has yet to return to teaching. The only time he socializes is when he has medical appointments. Victims of the Parkland school shooting. Aliyah Eastman, a survivor witnessing 6 of her classmates get shot, in which 2 passed, one being her best friend. Eastman said, "The shooting 100% took away me being a regular teenager." Samantha Fuentes, a surviving victim that was shot in the face and above the left knee, says, "Everything was taken away from me that day. My sense of safety, my sense of childhood, my sense of identity. My whole reality was flipped upside down. It changes you. It changes your whole idea of what makes life meaningful. Assault weapons need to be outlawed to help prevent mass tragedies. By banning these deadly firearms, we can reduce the potential for devastating events and enhance public safety for our people. In conclusion, let's start here by making a difference. There are several websites to sign a petition to ban these lethal weapons. Be the change our world needs. Cards.